Hello and welcome to another update. In this one I'll be covering the Bakhmut front as there has been some territorial changes. So we see here that the Russian forces have managed to advance a small bit. However, this is actually very significant due to the location and defenses built here in this area. So what the Russian forces have managed to capture is the rest of this street, the Tulbohina street here, until the Larisi Stepitko Street. So these include these high-rise buildings right here. And now they have reached the residential area right here with some smaller buildings, family houses. So this is actually very significant because these high-rise buildings and the ones that are connected to them here to the north, these include the area next to the post office. So this area here was heavily fortified and a defensive line of the Ukrainians. Now the only defenses the Ukrainians have left in this area is the Olympic School located right here. And the Russian forces managed to break through the northern parts, so the heaviest fighting is now occurring within the Olympic School itself in this whole area. So that is the last defensive position by the Ukrainians here to the northwest, and then there's the final defensive line, which the Russian forces have also managed to reach. So the current situation is that the last defensive position in the northwest, which is the Olympic School, after the capture of the post office by the Russian forces, they only have that left. And then there's the last defensive line, which the Russian forces have managed to reach. So the current situation is that the Russian forces are heavily pressing on to the Ukrainian positions and have restarted their offensives, including heavy shelling and reinforcements arriving to the front line. Although the information about the Chechens arriving in Bakhmut seems to be premature, as a latest update by Remy indicates that they are not there yet. However, the Russian forces are pressing heavily onto the Ukrainian positions, pushing onwards and heavily shelling their positions, increasing their offensive power. However, since it is now May 8th, we can now see that the Russians are very unlikely to capture Bakhmut by the 9th of May, which means that the Victory Day celebration will be without the capture of Bakhmut and the Ukrainians will still hold on to it. At the same time, here to the east of the citadel area, the Russian forces have entered, and according to Remy, they've started capturing a few of the high-rise buildings. However, there was no clear indication as to where exactly it was, other than in the east. So I'm assuming it is some of these high-rise buildings here to the eastern outskirts of the citadel area. Other than that, heavy fighting continues both to the south and north of the area, and especially by the last defensive line of the Ukrainian forces here to the northwest, as they attempt to defend their last supply line in and out of the city to the northwest. And that is it for today's update. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, as it helps me out a lot. And make sure to check out my Patreon for additional content that is exclusive for all my Patreon members. That's going to be all for this video. Thank you all for watching and have a great day.